Hello and welcome to the Mix Hair Rap Podcast. I'm your host, DJ B Wise. This is a podcast we talk about hip hop from boom bap to trap. Yeah, we back at you again, baby. Happy New Year. Sorry we took off for the holidays, but we're back and we're back with a real one for you. We got the results, the aftermath of the 2025 Grammys. And our question for tonight is, did they get it right? Before we jump into that, I got to check in with my man. You know who I got by my side? He is the legend, the backpack legend, the underground legend. Kev is back in the building. Kev, how you doing this new year?
Oh, this very excited to be back. You can say a lot happened, you can say a little bit happened in the time off, but that's why we back to here to discuss what's going on today and possibly down the road.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. I appreciate that. Just glad to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get heavy into this, I just want to say I hope everybody is able to reach all their goals in the new year, and that we really get some real good music for the new year. And it's just been it's been some it's been a good time for us to be off and rejuvenate. We had this every week we were at this last year, so a little time off from time to time helps out. So let's jump right into it, man. The 2025 Grammy winners. This is the aftermath. Did they get it right? We're going to start off with best rap performance, and under best rap performance the nominees were Enough by Cardi B, When the Sun Shines Again, Common and Pete Rock, and that was featuring Pasta News. Then we got Nissan Altima, that's with Doechii. Then we got Houdini, Eminem, Like That, Future Metro Boomin, featuring K Dot. And then we got Yeah Glow by Glorilla. And finally, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. As you all already know, this was a big year for Kendrick, and he won this category, Best Rap Performance. This is a tough one for me. So I'm going to let the backcrack legend, my man, jump into this one first.
I think this is one of the this was a tough category based off the nominees, right?
Yeah,
It's it's a momentum thing, I would say. Not to diss Kendrick in any way, but I don't think anyone was beating him on that night. Is it, a couple of the non-rap awards? I think it was kind of like, oh, whoa. I don't know, but overall, um, Not Like Us is the biggest song of the year of 2024. All genres of music. Um, and I'll say this, I haven't been the biggest, I haven't been the most positive person in my Kendrick Lamar comments and everything, but I think 2024 plus the Grammys has put Kendrick Lamar in the top five all time. All time.
you at it
Okay?
again.
I think he's top five right now, all time.
You are
Top
at
five all
it
time.
again. So you saying the Grammys got it right then?
I think the Grammys got it right, but you know what? Everyone has had their opinions and they heard the other comments and everything else everybody has to say. But the one thing I haven't heard people say, which is surprising me, is that TDE is the best label right now, rap.
I would say they're the best label 2024. They had a lot of success with Blue.
Currently, they're the best. You got Doechii, you got Kendrick. Well, Kendrick is leaving, but still, you got Doechii, you got Kendrick, and SZA is the new Mary J. She's that hip hop R&B connection we have going on. There you go.
For sure. You're totally right
So
on that.
TDE is the number one label within our culture right now, and no one has pointed that out. No one has pointed that out. You could say whatever about what Kendrick and his issues, his possible issues with the label heads and all the comments SZA, as she said, but overall, nobody is touching TDE today, and they haven't touched TDE like you said within the past year. TDE has run things within the past year, and I'm wondering why people are not touching on that, because, in the history of, let's just say hip hop. I'm gonna say hip hop as a whole, not just rap music, but in history as hip hop as a whole, it was always it was always a group thing. Even if a solo artist, even if you had a solo artist, it was that solo artist and his record label, or that solo artist and the crew he was a part of, or something. It was always, you would never by yourself. Um, Sugar Hill Records then went to Def Jam, and Def Jam went to Cash Money, and then No Limit. Um, uh, uh, Aftermath and Ruthless Records. I mean, like, I could go on and on, but it's always, record labels have always had an impact in these artists' career, and we always recognize the record label. So why not now though? Like, what is TDE not doing to get the recognition that they should get?
I think there's a two part. Number one is their biggest star is leaving. Number two, a couple of their bigger artists are on the tail end of their contracts and could leave. And with the success of SZA's last two albums, I don't know how much longer she's gonna stay around. So
I mean,
I go ahead.
no. You can finish though. You go finish your point.
I don't I was just thinking about, had a quick thought about SZA, and I don't know if TDE has the money to pay her what she's gonna want for the next project. That's what bothers me, and I
But
think
I
a lot
think
of
that,
people see that.
but I don't think it's a money issue in today's environment. I think it's more of a control than anything else. I mean, let's say you sign a $5 million contract, and it's time to re up on your contract. You gonna say, "Give me double the money," or you gonna say, "Give me more control"? More control gets you more money than whatever that label can pay you. So, like I said, she had issues with them releasing music when she wanted them to. If they say stay with us, and you can release what you want when you want, long as we get something every 18 months, we're fine. Where's she going?
Again, I think the big four are gonna are gonna make a run at her.
Who?
Universal, Sony, RCA.
But then that's her leaving her comfort zone. No offense to her, but she's kind of a weird person. She doesn't give me that person that's going to accept change too much.
Okay.
You have a relationship with these people, and whatever issues you have, they seem to be worked out because you about to go on tour with Kendrick and you still shouting out TDE. So as far as it looks like it's somewhat patched up, but she doesn't seem like the person that wants to go around new people, because new people put you in an uncomfortable position. At the same time, I just, I just don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Like, I think it is a newer culture where we don't recognize labels or label heads, and a lot of it could be, Diddy and Suge Knight. Um, it may be some other label heads that kind of made themselves as big as some of the artists on the label, but it's always been rapper group label. It's always been that way. So I don't know. I just don't know. And it was just a little thing, something small I noticed, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Right? I mean, right now, technically, TDE has the number one male rapper and the number one female rapper right now, and no
Yes.
one is talking about that. Like,
Yes.
it's just like, I just don't get it though. Like, it's just, give Dolce her props though. Like, when we were sitting there watching the Grammy, and like I even and I in our show, I said she should win, and I was
Hmm.
rooting for her the whole time.
Hmm.
And this run she had, I feel like this run from, let's say, June all the way up to December 24, it was like TDE. It seemed like TDE was hands off. Like, all the talk show. She did Saturday Night Live.
Hmm.
That was a great performance. She did some of the late night talk shows. She performed there. I mean, like everything was just like hit after hit, and she was showing this incredible creativity. She was showing creativity on the level of Tyler the Creator, and I don't know, I don't feel like it got as much fanfare as it should have gotten, but I don't know if it was a label thing or was it just people's perception, like what it is, because it was a show that they was like nothing against Doechii, but I don't know if the Grammys got it right. And I'm like, wait, what?
And we're gonna get into the award for best rap album. We're gonna get into that. We're definitely gonna get into that. But as far as best rap performance, she lost for Nissan Altima. Hey, that it is what it is. We're gonna move on real quick because we definitely got to get down to the ones that really, really are gonna spark a conversation. And next, we're talking best melodic rap performances, and that one's gonna start off with Kalani, and that's by Jordan Adetunji featuring Kalani, and then we got Spaghetti, and that's Beyonce, Shabuzi, and Linda Martell. Then we got We Still Don't Trust You. You know who that is? That's Future and Metro Booming. Then we got Big Mama, and that's Lotto. And then we got the winner again, another one that is just I think I mentioned that this one might win just because I think what I said was if Beyonce gets all the awards I think she's gonna get, then they would give it to um, Rhapsody, and that's what they did. Let's jump into it, Kev. Man, the 3 a.m. by Rhapsody and Erica Badu, that was the slap on the album. What were your thoughts? I'll jump in afterward just because I didn't have the greatest mindset on this particular track or album. Kev.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the nominees, the other nominees outside of Rhapsody. And that's one of those things that kind of threw it off a little bit. I agree with the winner. Rhapsody is another one of those artists who has great build up to her albums. But yeah, this was weird. It was weird. Like you said, the Beyonce, that's more singing. Kalani, that's more singing. Who was the other person? And Lotto, even though she just did that Netflix rap show, she still, I think her popularity is kind of in a decline. So it was Future versus Rhapsody, and I don't know. I just don't know. To fit the category, I would have gave it to Rhapsody because it was a rap and singing kind of feature type of thing. I think they got it right. I think they got it right. If I'm not mistaken, I think I said Rhapsody too, but I don't really disagree with the winner.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. I don't disagree with the winner. I do think that I picked that winner. The issue for me is I need Rhapsody to drop again this year. And I need her to give me some more slaps. This was a slap. She had maybe one other cut on the album that was a slap. In order to stay relevant amongst all the degradation out there, you have got to continue to keep dropping quality music. If not her, then bring somebody under your wing that's going to drop some beautiful, good music. Erica is consistent in everything she does. Uh, you can't knock her in any way for all the things she's done. I love that she jumped on this track. She's always been supportive of Rhapsody, and this is what we needed to clear off some of the degradation, some of the vulgarity in rap music over the last decade, the 15 years. Um, There have been small shining moments from Tyler the Creator as well as a few others, but this was the defining year for good music when it comes to J. Cole, Common and Pete Rock, Rhapsody, LL putting out a rap song, putting a rap album out, MC Light, Kendrick Lamar, just quality. 2024 will go down in my mind as the best quality of the 2020s so far. Hopefully we can keep this going. So for me, again, this category is literally for Rhapsody over the last two projects she's done. She's been very melodic. And the definition, let's go with the definition of what the category is: best melodic rap performances. For a solo or collaborative performance containing both elements of R&B melodies and rap. And over her last two projects, they have been very melodic, very melody oriented. She has spit some just brilliant lines, and didn't have a lot of a lot of. She hasn't had that. I think every artist, and I'll see if Kev agrees with me on this. I believe every artist of substance needs that song that transcends how good they are. To me, the artist needs They Not Like Us. The artist needs Mama Said Knock You Out. You know, um, I you know, it's a tough one, but I'm very glad. I do think the Grammys got this one right. Kev, man, I don't know, man. What do you think that Rhapsody has to do and to keep this ball rolling? She has a tendency, like the
um,
rest, to take her time putting out projects.
I don't agree with her needing to put out more album this year, but I will agree with the point of a legendary song or a legendary single. This 3 a.m. song, it's a good song. It's not bad, but one, it did come out at a bad time. It was the lead single, but about time the album dropped, it was Lupe Fiasco was like what, a week after or a week before. Like her and Lupe were real close together.
Yep.
And Lupe had a strong, strong album. And I think it hurt her a little bit because when Lupe did the press for his album, he was getting more attention than she got for hers when she was doing press for her album. And she needs another team behind her. Like she needs another team behind her to, to market her better. And I think that's what the big holdup is. I think the way they market her is more important than the music she puts out.
And therein lies what I mean is that she's been marketed as this Nas like female character where she
But
makes a lot of good music as far as spitting, but she hadn't had that hit.
I think that's a bad analogy because we can't act like Nas ain't have no hits though. No, Nas has some club bangers. The joint with Missy, uh, uh, one Mike was a club banger, even though that was a straight rap song.
Yeah, the song with Missy wasn't on his album. I would tell you the biggest hit from his album is the song with Lauryn Hill. That's his biggest hit for the club.
I mean, but he had club hits though.
Yes, yes, you are totally right. So I
he
will retract that.
more than one,
Yeah, yeah,
But
I'll retract
I
that and
mean,
say that she then who do we compare her to? Because she doesn't
Lupe,
have that she doesn't have that.
she's Lupe.
No, Lupe has club hits. He's got two club hits.
She's common without the fame,
Common even has club hits.
but she's common without
B
the
is his
fame
hit.
though. But without the fame though, Common has some hits, but Common is also very famous though.
Yes.
Common can rap his ass off, but at the same time, he's an entertaining interview.
Yes.
He's a decent actor.
Yes.
Um, and you could probably put him on some one of these celebrity game shows, and he has a personality that's going to shine. We haven't seen that side of her in a if she's entertaining outside of rapping per se. So like I would have liked to see her be a judge on that what's that Netflix rap show? I forgot the name of it, but
Oh yeah, the one that Cardi did and Lotto did.
right.
Yeah.
If Rhapsody would have been there instead of Lotto, I
See,
think one, I think it would have been a better judge show, but at the same time, we would have got to see more of Rhapsody's personality because in today's time, you have to be more than something else. Like, and I learned this a long time ago because my daughter sings, and
yep.
when it was time for her to go to college, she went to all these art schools, and we went to these orientations, and they were like, "What do you do besides sing? What else is there about you besides singing?" And it's you gotta have a little bit more. Um, and it's just we don't see it yet. Like, but there's so many opportunities though. I think it's her people, it's her team, it's her team. Nothing against her, nothing against her at all. It's just what's next. You know what I mean? Like what's next? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want another album from her because I feel like her last three have been in the same lane, and it's like if she said she recorded her last three albums close together, it wouldn't surprise me. So I don't know, but they
Yeah,
got it right here though. They got it right here.
definitely got it right. Let me just throw this in there very quick. The program, the Netflix program we're talking about is Rhythm Plus Flow. And this year, I actually think the reason why they did Lotto, and who is this?
Luda and
Lotto.
Khaled.
Yeah, Luda and Khaled is they wanted to do a Southern theme. Actually, she would have fell right into that Southern theme actually because she's from North Carolina. So yeah, I
Yeah.
believe that what you're saying is correct, and it would have given people an opportunity to see her personality, see her conviction, see her talk about what she loves. I think it would have been very helpful.
Yeah, because I think I mean, it kind of goes back on what you were saying. I think that sometimes some of these judges are based on the artist that they're looking for. So like season one was like artists who can actually rap, but artists who can also give you a hit.
Hmm.
So that you had the Ti, the Cardi B, and Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, hit
Rappers
makers.
who can make hits.
Hmm.
This year, I think they were looking for, like you said, the southern flair, um, and hopefully your appeal can come out some. This shit was whack. This season was whack, man. We can talk about it another day, but
We'll get into it in talking hip hop down the
yeah.
road. We'll give our
But yeah, but I
intros
think
on
I
that.
think Rhapsody would have gave. I think Rhapsody would have been better than Lotto, not because I have anything against Lotto, but Rhapsody would have really gave good guidance on how to construct the song. Like Lotto's okay, but Lotto ain't giving you nothing deep or you know. It was like some comments she made was like, ugh, I wish it wasn't her. Like when Cardi did it, Cardi was about marketing you. How can we market you? You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And that was a key thing because it was about people's look or the way they said things or how they said it and all that. Um, yeah, I think she needs something. She needs something to kind of something outside of music to kind of be like, I have personality. And I think that's what will help her albums more. But I mean, this is a decent song. They play this on the regular stations, and then they play it on the The
It got a
over
lot of
40,
love on mature stations.
the mature stations, yeah, the over 40 stations, yeah.
Yeah.
So um if that's what she wants to do, then more power to her. But uh
I think
I
she
do,
was a victim of her feature artist because Erica is heavy on the mature
yeah,
stations.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
let's
So what's
jump
the next
into
category? Yeah.
next category, man. It is the one we really got to get into. Best rap song. Again, we know who won it. We know, no spoilers here. Kendrick Lamar won it with Not Like Us, but let's talk about, I want to really get into it. Here are the songs and the artists for best rap song. And we starting off with Asteroids. That's Rhapsody featuring Hit Boy. Carnival. That's Kanye. Ty Dolla Sign featuring Rich the Kid and Playboy Cardi. Like That, Future Metro Boomin featuring K Dot. Then we got Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. And then the last one to finish it off was another joint, Yeah Glow by Glorilla. I want to jump this one and just say, for me, man, I think we talked about this in detail. I think Future had a shot. Kanye has won it before, so I always, any artist who's won it before, especially when you talk about Kanye and Eminem and Drake and Lil Wayne. I feel those guys are always up to get it again. You know, so for me, that's where I thought that, yeah, okay, yeah, you got it right, because again, Not Like Us was the most powerful song of the year. But I just believe that, Like That, Asteroids, and Carnival were songs that were really out there. I know Rhapsody's the Asteroids didn't do that well, but Carnival did well, Like That did well. It was just gonna be his year. So yeah, they got it right on this one. It was gonna be his year. He was a juggernaut for 2024. It's just,
Well, let's just say with this category, we could say it was very diverse. It was very diverse. It wasn't. It didn't. It wasn't. It was a lot of different lanes with this category and all the nominees. I'm not sure who was on the selecting committee for this nominee for this category here, but shout out to them because they didn't just give you radio hits or top 10 hits. They gave you like a spectrum. You know what I mean? So I think that's what make this so unique is because it was so many different avenues to look at. It wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just, Not Like Us. It's a club song. I mean, it was a radio song, but it's a diss record. It was a diss record first. Yeah, Glow. It's a club song. Kanye, you could kind of put him in so many different lanes, and even the Rhapsody one, you could kind of put it in a different lane. So it's just, it wasn't all club songs or all radio songs or all diss records. It was so many different flavors, and more categories should have stuff like this. Where you have so many different things to look at when you kind of look at selecting awards.
yeah, man. I would say the same thing. I would say the Academy for Grammys did something that I guess they're choosing other people from that they haven't used in the past, or that they're maintaining a certain group that can see beyond popularity, or can see beyond the status quo, to give you this diversity. So, this isn't the one I wanted to really dive deep into. I think our next category is when I'm going to fight back the most. But I definitely think they got it right for this one as well. So here we are with three categories where we believe that they got it right. And now I got to jump into, I got to jump into it. And that is our final category. And that is best rap album. Let me give you the nominees. And the nominees might delete later. J. Cole, The Auditorium, Volume 1, Common and Pete Rock, Alligator Bites, Never Heal, Doechii, The Death of Slim Shady, Eminem, and We Don't Trust You, Future, and my man Metro Booming. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna let Kev jump back in, and then we'll go in from there. Um, I don't believe they got this one right. I believe that a man of a certain age, the artistry, I don't know if they were going to pick a concept album. I don't know if this was the concept album to pick. I do. I think that Lupe Fiasco's concept album was diverse, deep, well written, well thought out, well structured. I know he didn't make the list, but just got to bring him up. I think Samurai was one of his most brilliant pieces, projects. Might Delete Later is probably J. Cole's strongest mixtape. I disagree with him removing the diss song, and that was like the cherry on the topping for that project. That project was solid, and he had some real bangers on there. And I know Kev is not the J. Cole fan. I know he's not that dude, but then I can just bring in also, Auditorium Volume 1. This joint, it sold well, not as well as We Don't Trust You with Future and Booming, or Metro Booming, but Auditorium Volume 1 did very well. Um, Pete Rock as well as Common are Grammy darlings. They both have had wins, and this was just I think even when we had the discussion, I believe I said Doechii was the dark horse. I really believe that it was going to be Eminem because he's won in the past, and this is his hurrah hurrah. He said, but I doubt I think he's probably still going to do some more projects. But I just wanted, I don't know, man. I just wanted to see this one. I don't know. I don't know. I listened to the Doechii album several times. I think when we did the album review, I said that it was a well done album and her concepts were interesting. But I've listened to it maybe 4 or 5 times more since then. And here's the issue. First of all, this ain't for me. I guess not. I'm just I get her skill level, but just because you're skillful doesn't mean there's not a level of degradation in some of the things you rap about. I know this is not the most popular opinion, but again, when you have that level of skill, and again, I was unaware of her level of skill before this, but I would say the same thing for Doechii that I say for Megan Thee Stallion. I hope with the success that you have achieved, that you're able to break free and do something that is not palatable, but uplifting. And with that, I'm gonna slide it over to my man Kev. Kev, shut me down, Kev. I know you got it. I know you got it.
I mean, I you were well, let me say this. The only thing I think the Grammys got wrong was nominating Eminem for his album. Like you said, it's supposed to be his last album. And, they just kind of said, hey, we'll give you a nomination to send you out the door. But you took a spot away from other artists who put out way better albums and who probably needed that recognition on that Grammy stage. You mentioned Lupe. Lupe should have been in Eminem's place. Rhapsody, hell, Rhapsody could have been in Eminem's place. LL, I mean, it's we did the 10 best albums of the year. Like any of those we had on our list could have filled that spot, and I think it would have looked better because some of those artists that we named might have needed that focus because some albums did slip through the crack. When we did our review, when we did the review for this, I said that it was Dolce and J. Cole for me. And I picked Dolce because, the build up, she had this incredible build up. And I think that's what a lot of artists today miss out on. Like
She
Travis Scott,
definitely did the Grammy run for sure.
last year. Remember after the Grammys, he was hot. Oh, I should have won. I really wanted to win. I really wanted to win, but you didn't give us that build. Like you focused on your fans as opposed to focusing on everybody. And Dolce didn't drop the ball this year. So if there was any doubt about her ability or her album, she cleaned all that up. And she did everything that an artist, any genre of music, is supposed to do. And I think it added to her winning. And this is I picked this album to win. I was rooting for her to win. I'm not trying to take nothing away from her, but putting out a different project, like it's outside of the booty shaking music or the I'm gonna grab my gun and blow your head up and drug talk and all that. It was way different from a lot of the popular stuff out here. And she rapped though. Like she had some rapping songs. She had a couple of hits. And I think it shocked a lot of people, like the Nissan song. The Nissan song shocked a lot of people because when I first heard it, I had no idea who it was. I was like, damn, I like this. And then they said it was Dolce, and I was like, damn, I gotta go back to her album because I think, when I first listened to it, I wasn't in that space to really embrace it. But yeah, the J. Cole taking that freestyle off at the end, I think took some steam away from the album. Kendrick Lamar overshadowing Future and Metro Boomin took steam away from that album. There gonna be people that say that, like I said earlier about should have Dolce have won. That same show was saying the Grammys didn't give enough recognition to Future and Metro Boomin, and I disagree because Future dropped his album in January and he dropped another a mixtape in March. He blew his load. He blew his load early in the year. Like you dropped these two projects, both are strong, but Megan jumped in, Kendrick jumped in, Glorilla jumped in, Lupe, all these other artists were able to jump in at your slow down period, and you never reminded us that you dropped two good albums this year. Like, if no one talks about it, if no one brings it up, I don't even think I had Future. I don't remember if I had Future on my top 10 of the year because I honestly forgot. I'll be totally honest with you. And what was the other two? Common and Pete Rock. I listened to that. I re-listened to that album one weekend, maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I right now I would say between Dolce and Common, though in this category, those are one and two. You can pick however you want. I'm not mad she won. I'm not mad she won. I think that it's good to see a female win. It's good to see a female non booty shaking female win. Nothing against a lot of the popular females today, but like like you were saying about Rhapsody, it is good to see females in that lane shine. Dolce is picking up Rhapsody's slack, so her getting awarded this award was great, was needed. I mean, even her performance, man, her performance on the show was, if it wasn't the best, it was the second best.
Yeah, I definitely think she's a very amazing artist. I think she's extremely intelligent. But when I go through the lyrics on her project,
Think the youth of today want uplifting, and let me tell you why. We talked about this some years back during the pandemic. You had all these young people out here protesting, and when they were protesting, the main three songs they were chanting was, it was a Kendrick Lamar song,
everything gonna be all right.
Public Enemy, Fight the Power,
Mm-hmm.
and NWA, F the Police, right?
Yep.
And no one, not Kendrick, not Cole, not Joey Badass, not whoever, came out with a new anthem for them to replace some of these older anthems, like the NWA and Public Enemy, classic songs, incredible longevity. But it would have been nice to have a new anthem that they could have shouted out while they was out there protesting. It'd have been nice for them to have a new anthem that could have carried on to the craziness of today, what's going on right now in this country. But we didn't get that. None of the, like, Kendrick didn't do that. And he's, arguably the number one guy right now. J. Cole, who's nice lyrically, he didn't do it. No one of the artists did it. So if none of these artists felt like they could have did something that was a layup, it would have, if a rapper would have put out a new anthem during the pandemic, it'd have been an instant hit, and it would have gave you at least 10 years of longevity. You could have been you could have been a young MC, a Tone Loc, a Skilo. You could have had that one hit that you could have rolled that hit for years. I think Tone Loc said he made over $50 million off of one song. And this song came out in the 80s. So it's very possible to be successful off of one song. You had an opportunity to do that 4 years ago. They didn't do it. So it's so I feel like the younger people don't want it because they're not asking for it. They could have got it. And you damn sure could have asked for it. Especially 4 years ago was the perfect time to ask for it.
I think that all right was fresh enough that most of them believed that that was the anthem. My question to you is, do you believe that if an artist of some stature would have made an anthem, would the record companies, record labels have pushed it? So we all know that Drake is suing Universal because he believed that they artificially pushed Not Like Us to be the hit it became. If you've watched our show for any period of time, you know the old man has said time and time again, the record companies and the streaming services are in bed together to push the agenda in music that they want to be pushed. And that if they find something that is positive, it tends not to make it heavy on the airways. I would tell you that the song that Lil Baby and Lil Durk made was extremely positive over the last 4 years when they did their collaboration project, and it didn't get a lot of traction. I would tell you also that there were some other artists that are, a step below your Chances, your Megans and so forth, and they didn't get pushed. So I say to our listeners, take an opportunity to pay attention to what you see on the suggested list for your preferred streaming service, and tell me, because positive music's being made, but tell me, comment below, send us an email, whatever you need to do, smoke signals, you name it. and tell me you see in those suggested songs something of positivity in those suggested lyrics. Oh, I'm sorry, suggested songs on those streaming platforms. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you're going to hear more of this from me this year. I have tried to be PC as possible on this show, and I'm not going to lower myself to use a bunch of vulgarities and so forth, but I am going to speak sternly about the music that raised me, the music that was made to save a generation of people. In the 1970s, we as a people were at a very low point. We've been at low points multiple times before. The elder young people in our communities got together and said, let's do something positive so that we can stop the killing, stop the violence in our community. Let's give our youth an avenue to be constructive. Let's take the beef to the floor. Let's take the beef to the microphones. From now on, you're going to hear me hold music to that standard. I'm not saying I'm not going to enjoy certain songs. Don't get me wrong. When I look at Doechii and Nissan Altima and I listen to it, the beat is amazing. Her flow is mesmerizing. But if I listen to that song more than a few times in a day or in a week, I start to pay attention to the lyrics. When I pay attention to the lyrics, I say, why is her most popular song on the track, on the album, the one that has the most degradation in it? You know, I don't want to repeat the lyrics. You all are welcome to go and read the lyrics on Genius and see what I'm saying. And that I knock her in no way. She is doing what she needs to do to get the bag. Megan is doing what she needs to do to get the bag. When we reviewed Glorilla's newest project, I said Glorilla has some songs on there. She did a song with Kurt Franklin, and I'm in hopes that song didn't get as much traction as it should have. But I'm in hopes that with the success of her previous album, instead of giving us that one little song of upliftment, she'll give us 2 or 3 songs of upliftment. And I'm not asking people to drop the bag. We all got to make money. We all got to do what we need to do to be successful. So I want these artists to be as successful as they can be, but I also want them to give us something with integrity. I'm not saying it has to be a church sermon. I'm not saying it has to be an inspirational speech, but can it not have A-cup titties, cunnilingus, face fucking, motherfucking princesses? Can it not have they suck that tough nigga, pay up? That's all I ask. Now I'm gonna get off my old man horse. I'm gonna let Kev finish this one off. I'm the old guy. I don't believe they got it right. Kev did. I'm gonna let him finish this one off. Kev, also, if there's anything you want to leave the people with before we get out of here, I go ahead and leave that for him, and then we're gonna shut this one down. I think it's been a great conversation. We will be bringing on new guests throughout the year. Our man Malcolm, he's out there in the ethersphere. He will be back. He's out there trying to handle some business for his success, and we give him we hope that he continues in his journey. Kevin and I are also in the process of maybe even getting DJ Reaper to come back and have an argument with me, the old man. But we got a lot of stuff coming up for you in the new year. Hopefully, you'll even see that we're trying to improve on the visuals of our program. And we hope that the TikTok stays around because our TikTok channel has done very well as far as views are concerned. Keep it up. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate y'all. Kev, take us out of here, man.
Before we close up, want to send condolences to the family of Irv Gotti, hip hop producer, personality in the current landscape. You seen the interviews and some of the reactions, but Irv played a nice size role in some of the golden era of rap, and he always doesn't get the credit he should have gotten. But you know, to see someone pass in at relatively a young age, man, is never a good look. And just want to send our prayers and everything out to his family and his kids and everything, and pray they can adapt while they're going through this moment here. Hate to end the show on a sad note, but we want to show love and always celebrate those before us and even those that in the current and present time. So, shout out to him, man, his family.
Kev, beautiful words as always. You can always count on my man Kev, my sidekick, my family, probably my favorite person outside of my children and my wife on the planet. He's so knowledgeable. He stays up on what's happening. And for an old dude like me who does tend to be in his own world from time to time, I appreciate that. Yes, rest in power, Herb Gotti. We appreciate everything that you did to move the culture forward, and even the things you didn't do to move the culture forward. Um, we got to remember to take better care of ourselves. My generation of hip hop is we're dying, man. We're dying a lot of us, man. Over the last, if you've been following us over the last 5 or 6 years, man, we're falling off the planet fast. So if we can do whatever we can to go to the doctor, try to eat a little better, try to drink a little bit more water, try to not do as much of whatever, indulgence you do, please do that. And for everyone that's listening, please like, follow, and or subscribe. Comments. Did the Grammys get it right? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Is Kev the best ever, or is he not? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. We appreciate you guys so much, and we look forward to hollering at you real soon. And with that, we out of here. Peace.